The plants didn't fare well of moving from San Francisco here. It's really fucking dry, in case
you probably shocked
noticed.
their system.
Yeah. I hear they're going to get better come summertime now. They're showing life.
So
but
you just have a bunch of corpses hanging out? You're like, I'm going to will you back to life.
I tried. 4 of them they're just gone. They're dead. They went to the compost.
Been there, sister. Let's get back onto this starter.
How shitty were your first loaves of bread?
My first loaf was actually pretty decent, and we baked it off at an event in like a shitty closet kitchen and like a, catering oven, and that was actually pretty good. From then on out, the next 2-ish years, there was a lot of shit loaves. Like, I laugh looking at them now and being like, why did people eat these? Why did people tell me these were good? They weren't. But I learned a lot of things.
So how long have you been baking bread now?
Probably like 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
not professionally though. I only really spent 4 months in like a professional bakery, and then as soon as I was like, this is great, I'm fucking doing it. I'm working at a bakery. I'm not burning myself every day anymore and being a liability. I'm actually know what I'm doing. The bakery closed. So then I was like, what do I do with my life? But the family that I was nannying for sent me to San Francisco Baking Institute, which then I was like, I've got the foundation. And then the owner of the Baking Institute owned a cafe, and they needed somebody to manage the cafe. And they're like, it's not a ton of baking, but you'll be in the bakery. And I just got thrown into managing this cafe and running schedules and making lists and paying bills and doing all these things that I had no right to be doing because I had no idea what I was doing. But it taught me what it takes to run a bakery. So that was good. And I worked there up until pandemic-y times and kind of saw that as a good way. I saw myself getting very invested there and loved them so much that I didn't know how I was going to leave. And the pandemic kind of gave me this no hard feelings if I get out of here now. And I was started, it makes you think of all these new things. I'm I kind of want to be closer to my family, and I have a couple of my best friends out here, and the bustle of San Francisco was starting to eat me up a little bit. Car got stolen twice, and it's just the city was starting to change, and I was like, this is it. You're kicking me out. You win, San Francisco. I'm out. So here we are.
It sounds like you got a couple good years out of San Francisco. So you win at least 7 or 8 rounds.
I love
it. Don't think they just beat you
That's
to
true.
a pulp. As folks,
True.
we came from the South, and so this was my first big city experience. But Denver's a lot more inviting than somewhere as raw as San Francisco. So
Yeah.
I think you did pretty well. And I mean, it gave you the kind of the path, all of those kind of roads led to Denver.
For sure.
And it's led to Funky Flame, which is what we were supposed to be talking about, but we went on a tangent.
We do that a lot.
Yeah.
But that's how you get good conversation.
So you moved to Denver, and were you obviously mid-pandemic, we're fuck it, I'm going to just start baking dank bread that now you've mastered?
Kind of, yeah. I moved in with my friends in Golden, and...
Are you still living on the couch?
No.
Oh,
I have my own place now.
Look at
Cottage
you.
bakery. It's fancy.
Wait, you have a bakery in your... Oh, wait.
I'm a cottage bakery.
Oh,
We can talk about that, too.
Oh, yeah, you have to get licensed, don't you?
It's semi-licensed. I just mostly have to put a disclaimer that, this was made in my house, and the health department didn't come in and check out my house, so...
Well, let's start from the beginning, and then let's get to that, at least in the...
Yes.
middle.
It's a really big scene in Denver right now, which I think is cool.
Yeah,
So
there's a bunch of bakers that kind of are doing this kind of independent
which I didn't
route.
know at first. So it's cool that
I know a
that's
few,
happened.
I think one of them I knew is Raleigh Street Bakery.
Mm-hmm.
Ulster Street.
Yeah,
and then our
there's
friends at
Yeah,
Mountain
they're
High
cool.
Challah Bread.
Yeah.
There's a lot of folks on
It's
the
huge.
scene now, but it's not like y'all are competitive because there's enough of us for enough bread.
For sure. And I think the more people that are doing it, the more it proves in point that this works. And this it proves that you can run a bakery out of your house.
Well, let's
It's
start
more proof
with
of
that.
concept.
So you were living with your friends out in Golden.
Yes. And I was I'm just going to chill. I've been working 70-hour weeks. I'm going to take a month to chill. And then I started kind of losing my mind after reading 6 books in a month and was I can't chill. And so I started trying to bake, and they all turned out really shitty. And I was well, moved out here to
Welcome
open
to
a
the
bakery,
altitude.
and
Yeah.
I can't even make a loaf of bread. And also just moving back into making one loaf of bread at a time versus to be fair, all these people trying to make bread at home, I think it's a lot harder to make one loaf of bread than it is to make 40 loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Fermentation wants to like groups, So that was humbling. And so, yeah, and I was like, kind of like, do I really want to be here? I don't know.
How many times did you cry?
A lot. Yeah, uncountable.
Yeah,
I would say.
I told you therapy is important too.
So,
Yeah, that's
did
important.
you when you were in Golden, did you have the like idea of Funky Flame before you came out here, or was this something that happened here?
Happened here. My best friend bakes too, and we've always like talked about opening something together, but again, like climate of the food industry in April, I'm not gonna like open a brick and mortar. Also, like I didn't know Colorado. I was like, there's so many neighborhoods in Denver, and like I had no idea where to begin or the financial capital to make that kind of investment. And so once I realized there was a cottage license, I was like, interesting. And I was like, how am I going to bake all of this? And
all this meaning, were you baking for free, or were you doing this for like farmers markets? How did this come to fruition?
Nothing. I put a post on Nextdoor and Facebook Marketplace, and people signed up.
That is fucking
And I made an Instagram.
But when did you buy the oven?
Chris found
I bought the oven in July.
Because that's had to be
So
the
that
start
was,
of it.
Can I get a
so I
picture
like
of the
spent
oven?
a few months. Yeah.
I mean, just send it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I spent a few months just like, honestly, just fucking around Golden, just like going on hikes and like not doing a lot with my life. And then I was like, all right, I need to like get a job. And so I worked at a couple breweries up there and was like, all right, this is fine. And then once I found these ovens, they're out of Fort Collins. And I was like, if I get this oven, it's on wheels, then there's like no real like commitment to this. Like if I hate it,
You can sell it.
I'm pulling on the trailer and moving somewhere. Like I can go anywhere now.
She's talking about baking on the road.
Bake it on the road. Or I could sell it. They do hold their value
Do a little
well.
wake and bake and do, breakfast snacks.
I like it.
Yeah,
You should be marketing. Head of marketing.
Biz dev. I do a little bit. I wear too many hats. I can't just wear just marketing anymore.
Okay.
I can read an SEO report.
So you drove up to FOCO and got this?
Was it FOCO? Is that
Fort
the term?
Collins.
Fort
Oh,
Collins.
sorry, you're a newbie.
Did
Sorry.
you say fraternity?
I said, I don't know. I was like, FOCO? Frat? What?
Yeah.
FOCO.
That's
yes,
short for
I
Fort
drove to FOCO.
How'd you like it?
I didn't do a lot there. I drove right into the place to pick up the oven, and then I like white knuckled all the way home because I was
Because you're
scared of
driving a
breaking.
Prius?
No,
Wait.
Sorry.
from Detroit.
Yeah, but
Driving
you,
a Ford.
So she's an Impala.
No, I
was
did drive a
that was a
Subaru,
good
but it got
joke.
stolen twice, so I was like, fuck this. So now
that's why
I
you
have a
gotta
Ford
get the club.
Explorer.
Will.
They broke the club the second time. The police were looking at this just like, oh, wait. we
They
don't know
wanted
what to
this
tell you.
car.
Jeez.
And they changed the presets on the radio, which I thought was a little rude, but
Wait,
Damn,
time
that's
out.
going-
You found the car and
Yeah.
then you kept it and someone else stole it?
Yes.
So it was the same car?
same car got stolen twice. I got the club the second time to prevent the stealing. Wasn't good enough.
I don't think you put it on right, I guess. I thought those were...
So did I.
The same
And they
car.
changed the presets, so that would be annoying.
That irked me a little bit. A couple were like, okay, not bad choices, but
Like, this girl's got terrible
Do you
taste.
lock your doors?
I do. But it was a 2001 Subaru. Like, I'm pretty sure you could take like a screwdriver and just be like,
As someone who's never stolen a car, okay.
I had broken into it before, and I did the old like
The credit card through the door?
the
Like
no
we did
the
through
clothes hanger like through the
Oh,
window.
yeah, we've all been there.
So like after I was able to break into it, I was like, all right, like I guess. But it was not
So you're
easy. It was
saying
kind of
someone
hard.
Just like jimmied it, the lock. Like,
Yeah.
Someone else navigating.
That's why I had to
the
get rid of it the
hanger.
second time because I was like, I can't even lock the doors anymore. Also, like needles and shit. It was just like, it's time to go.
Yeah, I would have gotten rid of it, too.
Irks you when people are like in your space. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anywho.
the first set of needles in my car, I'd be like, I'm getting rid of this car. But okay, yeah. So let's get back to Funky Flame.
White knuckling on the way home with
Yeah.
the grill in tow.
Yeah, and then I was supposed to move into a place in Denver in September. That place had mold all over it, so obviously it wasn't going
That's
to
not good
work.
for a car.
Also,
Welcome
like
to
tenants'
Denver.
rights in Denver, not like being in San Francisco. Not very chill here.
No.
Anyhow,
What
yeah.
do you mean by chill? I'm curious about the differences between Denver and
I mean,
San
I feel like in San Francisco, if you're a renter, like you walk on water. The landlords have no rights.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, really?
Which is a good place to be if you're a renter.
Yeah.
Not if you're a landlord, but also the landlords are charging a lot of money. So I feel like everybody's doing okay.
Right.
What happens to the people that are just like camping and using outside the houses? Like, what happens there? Do you just have to like live with that, and the landlords like suck it?
I would honestly say Denver has similar problems.
Does it? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, ours is, we live on 14th Street, so we have homeless folks that live underneath the overhang of our building.
Yeah.
During the winters, you'll see stuff, and people will come through the cigarette ashtray. But we don't have, I don't know if I see needles as often. I see drugs being sold on Colfax.
Yeah, there's a lot
but
of needles in San
I don't know if
Francisco.
needles, I don't see them as, do you? And I
I
used
don't
to
really
ride the
look out
15.
for 'em.
I used to ride the 15. I don't think needles are as prominent here as they may be in San Fran.
I don't know. I also lived like next to the ocean and just like avoided any downtown
God, that sounds
city
awesome.
stuff. I know. That's why I had a freak out when I moved to Golden. And I was like, I used to walk around barefoot and stand at the ocean
Wait,
every day.
what the fuck? You were just talking about needles. Why are you walking around barefoot?
Not by the ocean, downtown. That's like miles away. Well, it's only 7 by 7 miles, but it's enough miles away.
Okay.
You can
So
walk around barefoot.
Are you liking Denver now, though?
I'm obsessed with Denver now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like
Where's
so
your
stoked
kids?
to be here, and like I'm like couldn't be happier with the decision.
Where do you call home?
Sunnyside.
Oh, nice.
Is that cool?
Fuck
I
yeah.
actually learned a
I was
really cool
Highlands
Sunnyside
guy.
fact.
Oh, what's that?
I guess where I am, there used to be like a ton of Italians, and across all the alleys, they had wood-fired ovens, and people would walk up and down and like get bread through all those alleyways. And now I have a wood-fired oven in the alleyway.
Hey.
Kismet.
Isn't that cool?
Is that what they say?
I don't know. You're the wordsmith.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll look it up later. But yeah, that
He's
is
the
cool.
smart one on
It's a
that.
fun fact. I was
That
like,
is
cool. This
cool.
like makes like an extra like affirmation that this is good hood to be in.
But that's a good neighborhood to end up in. It's like pretty dense. There's lots of families.
It is. It's good. It's spacious. Like I needed somewhere where I could like have the oven, you know, and have like a yard and space to run the bakery out of. Once I decided I wanted to go cottage bakery, I was like, all right, I need to like choose a home that having a dog here is so much easier. Having a dog when you have a yard, so
just
much
run
easier.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can talk to the neighbors. They can yell at the folks walking in the front. Yeah, I love
It's
it.
great.
And Sunnyside's good. I don't know if you've tried it, but we mentioned earlier that we're sitting next to Bruto.
Yes.
There's a restaurant right there, kind of in your backyard. It's called the Wolf's Tailor.
I haven't, but I've heard of
Easily
it.
top 3 restaurant in Denver. Recognized by the James Beard as well as
Wow.
Bon Appetit. And that's, you know, the same guy that runs that same cool ass kitchen that we're sitting
Very
next
cool.
door to. So shout out to Kelly
Gotta
and the
check
team.
it out.
But that was the seamless middle of the episode advertisement plug for
Crushed
our
it.
host today. All right, back to Funky Flame. So let's talk a little bit more about what we're cooking in this pretty much versatile oven.
Yeah.
What are we working with? What's your go-to? What's the fan favorite? What do we have for us today? What do they see on the Instagram?
So I have 3 different breads that you can subscribe to. I actually just dropped one that you can't subscribe to. That's just like a one-off. So we started with the sourdough.
What do you
classic.
mean subscribe? Is this a weekly membership?
It's a
Monthly?
subscription,
I'm new here.
yeah.
I don't know what this is.
So it's a
Tell us about
subscription, so that you can just have bread delivered to your door each week. So you pay weekly. It comes. There's a few people who do like every other week. There's a couple of people that do like neighbor shares. So like it comes to one of their neighbors, but then they like give it to their sister or whoever. So people have found kind of workaround ways of it. But yeah, it's just like modern day milkman, funky bread lady. Delivering
That's
bread to your door.
No, that's fucking awesome. So you do all the deliveries, and is it like, so let's say, do you have a Monday wave, a Tuesday wave, a Wednesday wave, and so on?
Right now it's just Tuesday and Thursday deliveries. Did a pop-up a few weeks ago, and we'll probably do more of that. Just figuring out how to do that all with me still. Right now, like 2 delivery days feels pretty strong.
And then you're
Throwing in
baking
the
other
pop-up
5
at
pretty
that.
much, huh? And
Yeah.
then the pop-ups.
Yeah, because you spend like a loaf spends like 3 days in my hands before it goes out.
So you're playing
Yeah.
with your pud, and then you let it sit.
Playing with the pud, moving the pud around, mixing more pud.
And then chill, wait. And so it is. It's similar to like the cheeses or the cured meats of the world.
Mm-hmm.
You set it and forget it and then come back, and then every day is a different domino and it continues to fall. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays,
You fire up.
How many loaves are we talking about a delivery?
The most delivered in a day so far is just over 60.
Holy shit! We
So when are you baking those on like Tuesday mornings or?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tuesday mornings.
So they're all proofed and rested.
Proof. Look at you with knowing the bread words.
We're not idiots.
Yeah.
So hold on. Okay.
You don't have to. I don't
So
care.
how so you have this huge oven. How is that all fueled by wood or?
All wood fired. So I get wood from Denver Firewood, and